All right. Well, welcome everyone to another Run Wild with us. And you know what? Ask us anything. I'm Lisa Kastner. I'm the founder of Running Wild, which consists of 4 imprints: Running Wild, Rise, Trompe Noël, and Junkyard Rooster. And we are typically here today with you on Thursdays between 5 and 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern time, to answer whatever questions you may have. It can be around writing. It can be about the craft of writing. It can be about the business of storytelling. Heck, like I said, whatever you want, it's all good. All you have to do is go ahead and pop your questions into the comments section of whatever venue you are dialing in. And right now we are across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and in theory, we will be in TikTok in a little bit. So all you have to do, this does not have to actually be live. You can just be watching the recording, and you can go ahead and put whatever comments or questions you may have within the comments or chat of whatever venue you're watching. And basically what we do is we both review those questions while we're live, and then we also review the questions afterwards so that we can see if there's anything that we may want to revisit in future endeavors. So with that, I am gonna basically give you guys kind of an overview, I guess you could say, of what we've been up to lately. So we have actually been super busy. Our incredible production manager, Evangeline, she has been working her butt off, and she made sure that we actually have a complete catalog for 2026, which is fabulous. So I also most recently presented our summer of 2026 catalog to IPG, which is our sales team, our distributor, and shown them everything that we have available for the summer of 2026. So I'm really looking forward to bringing that forward. We also just met with some of our newer editors who I'm really, really happy to let you know are here with us again or now. And they are currently going through the current list of titles that we more recently acquired and seeing which ones they're the most interested in. One thing that we like to do at Running Wild is we like to give our editors an opportunity to review the titles that are currently available from within our catalog that we have not assigned yet to an editor, so that editors have an opportunity to pick which ones they're most interested in working on. And what's nice about that is it gives both the editor and the author an opportunity to get to know each other, work together. And what's really, really great, at least from my perspective, from an author perspective, is a lot of times when we write, we write things that we don't realize either are or are not coming across. So by having a third party come in and act as your editor, that enables you to have a fresh eye on that work. And that then can enable you to really help bring the piece to life. And that's something we're very excited about. So we, as I mentioned, we just met with a couple of our newer editors and some of our more established editors and authors, and just used it as an opportunity to talk about, what we're up to, what we're interested in, some of the titles that we've looked at, those that we may be most interested in working on with the authors, and really diving into it. So another thing that is good to note is that whenever you have a work that you have acquired by Running Wild, a lot of times what happens is once you've signed the contract, then what we do is we have you go back and meet with the you'll go back and you'll meet with the editors that you are most interested in working with. And if you have an editor that you are really interested in working with, someone who we already work with, then a lot of times we'll approach them first, especially if you tell us that you're most interested in working with those individuals, and we'll make it happen. We'll change that. We'll approach them to see if they are interested in working in your work, and let them know that you're an editor that they want to work with, and we'll take it from there. So far, that approach has seemed to have done pretty well, in that we've had quite a few just incredibly talented editors and incredibly talented authors partnering together and revising a work so that it is the best that it absolutely possibly can be. One of our more recent examples is, oh, great. I love how my mind does that sometimes. Actually, we have tons of great examples. And in all honesty, we wouldn't acquire any title unless we believed that it had the potential for greatness, not just from a storytelling perspective, but from a narrative perspective, and the whole 9 yards. So, and that's one of the reasons why we typically wait to ensure that the author is paired with an editor with whom is really interested in the work. So that way, that this is something that, the narrator, not the narrator, sorry, the editor is a fan of and wants to see you produce the most quality, fabulous story possible. And we really, really, really do drive behind that to help ensure that that is true. And we've had several books that were named among the best of the year by Kirkus Reviews. We've had ones named that they completely reinvented their genre. We've had stories that were just absolutely breathtaking, and we really thrive and strive in those truths, that we do that. We do seek that out. We do reach out for that, and we do celebrate the fact that we love to help authors really create quality work and bring it out to potential audiences. So with that, what I would like to do is just remind you that if you are watching on any one of the venues, please feel free to go ahead and put your comments or questions into the comments section. Typically what happens is I will repeat whatever comment or question that you have, and then myself and the others who may join us in a bit we'll take our chances, or not chances, we'll take our turns in terms of responding to the questions that you may have. So definitely looking forward to it. And I want to apologize if we have any technical difficulties. In my last meeting, we had some really weird technical challenges. So hopefully we won't encounter anything like that in this one as well. So for those of you who are watching and you may not be familiar, so Running Wild is a content creation, distribution, and licensing company. So we basically consist of a company that seeks out new voices and great new stories, typically are cross genre. And all cross genre means is it just means it has a flavor of a few different types of genres within it. And then myself and my overarching team, we sit down and we have an acquisition session where we go through all the works that had been submitted to us through Submittable. And you know what? Let me hand you that so that if you are watching and you are curious, you can always submit to one of our imprints. We have 4 in total right now. But you are more than welcome to submit to one of our imprints in Submittable. And or all, we actually have quite a few people who submit to several of our imprints at one time. It's now in the chat. And just go through, see what kind of stories that we've already published, see if it's similar or along the lines of the kinds of things that you yourself create, and then go ahead and submit it. And then typically what happens at this juncture is that once you submit it, myself and there's about 5 or 6 of us who sit down and we go through all the submissions and review them. You review them for voice, review them for story, review them for narrative, review them for character development. I mean, basically, multiple elements of craft as well as multiple elements of story, and say if this is something that we believe fits within our overarching community. And if so, then we will make you an offer. And when we make that offer, you will be granted our standard contract is $200 up front, and then 40% of net revenue. So and usually an author might see net revenue, meaning some type of additional payment after. It's usually around like 500, I want to say, books are sold, something like that. So it's definitely, I think it's worth looking into. It's worth for you to seek out and try new ways of spreading the word about your work. What I personally have found is that it's always the most unexpected stories are the ones that seem to really take off. So one really great example of that is our biggest seller is called Mickey the Giveaway Boy, and it's by Robert Schaefer. And we had actually acquired it. It's a memoir. It's actually a series of memoirs that we had picked up very early on. I want to say in like 2017, 2018, if that. And it was about a gentleman's experience growing up during the Great Depression in San Francisco area, and how during that time, oftentimes parents would basically sell their kids or rent their kids out for labor in order so that they could feed the other children. And it was something that we picked up more of a it was an interesting story, and one of those stories that like in reflection, I think I'd heard of parents doing similar things in other countries as well. And it was more so around, it was, this one though was told from the perspective of the boy who was actually given away, hence the giveaway boy, right? Duh. So when we first acquired it, it got picked up somewhat, like off of Amazon and Barnes and Noble and so on. And then I don't know what happened, but I think he started doing presentations, like readings from Mickey the Giveaway Boy in the San Francisco area, and was selling both in person, paperback copies, as well as going around to like the different smaller bookstores and saying, hey, I've got, this brand new memoir that just came out by this publisher, and I would love it if you would carry a couple copies in the store. And for whatever reason, it just kept selling out. So so much of sales actually has to do with not only the topic, the bit of the writing, the quality of the writing, the presentation of the author, in some cases the presentation of the editor, because like I have actually gone out several times with authors that I had edited, and met with both the author and the general public to talk about the work. And I've also talked about my own work in all honesty. And I oftentimes having that, even those few moments of just more like one-on-one interaction with the author, often can encourage people to say, you know what, I think I want to try this out. I want to try out this book. And something else that we do is Running Wild. We actually have some templates around marketing, communications, and public relations that we provide to authors so that they can really kind of map out what they believe they will be able to do in order to spread the word about their latest work. And that is so important. And I know that sounds like, oh, please, right? Either it sounds like, oh, please, of course, or it sounds like, oh, please, why would I do that? Right? Like, I'm not, I don't work at a Barnes and Noble. I don't work at a Costco. I don't work at a Sam's Club. And all of that may be true. But the reality is that people are looking for stories where they are. And where they are, they're at the Sam's Clubs, they're at the Barnes and Noble, they're at the Costco, they're at Amazon, right? And they're searching for those works that are more common to them and that they may be most interested in. So even though we may not want to be on the Amazons or on the Barnes and Nobles, we may not have that familiarity, we may not have those relationships. The reality is that at the end of the day, it's the readers who are going to be reading our stories, and we need to get our stories in front of them. And the best way to do that is to get them in front of them, whether it be by conference, whether it be by store, whether it be by a website, right? But in some way, we can present to those readers, here is something that you would be most interested in because of X, Y, and Z. So It looks like I'm having difficulty with Instagram, so I may have to end the Instagram stream. Let me try that again. No, Twitter's fine. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and put your questions in the comments section. Evangeline, of course I'm going to mention you. You're fabulous. And we are absolutely honored to have you as a part of our, as driving, actually, our incredible team. So I am looking for a way to, oh, I have to do it this way. That's interesting. All right, so I am going to start, sorry guys who are not on Instagram, I am now going to restart the Instagram so that we can restart the live stream on Instagram. So let me do that. And hello. Okay. So we've got X, I guess. Oh, maybe I can't get Instagram. It doesn't look like it. Oh, well, bastard. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, I think. Okay, I believe I just started the Instagram or I'm trying to. There it goes. Okay, there's the Instagram. Cool. Okay, so if you are watching on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, please go ahead and put your comments into the comment section of whatever venue you are watching. And I would be thrilled to answer any questions that you may have. Oh, Dr. Diane Snyder says, hi, Lisa, your process is a great way to match for author and editor for a collaborative effort. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think that a lot of times the author may be trying to do something or fulfill something that maybe the reader doesn't understand. And that's why it's not, it doesn't seem edited thoroughly. So part of what we're trying to do is ensure that the author and the editor are well matched together so that they can work together as in that partnership. And I fully acknowledge not every editor or publisher has a similar process, and nor do they have to, right? It depends on what they're in the midst of doing and what their final objectives are. So, and so far we've done pretty well. That doesn't make it easy for the authors, and it doesn't make it easy for the editors, but it does enable us to meet a lot of new people and get to know one another so that we can then improve our skills across the board. And then that way the reader gets the final end product. Cool. Awesome. Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Okay, so anybody watching, again, you are more than welcome to leave any kind of comments that you may have or questions you may have into the comments section, and I will be absolutely more than happy to respond. If I don't get a response actually by like the half hour, then I think I will drop and call it a night for the Thanksgiving weekend. So, which is next weekend, obviously. But anyway, so I hope everyone is doing well. Again, if you are interested in, submitting something to us, please feel free. Go ahead and toss it into the comments section of whatever venue you are currently sitting in. And if I don't catch it now, that's okay, because we can always catch it next time. It's not a big deal. So if there are, I'll sit tight for another 5 minutes in case there are any additional questions. I have a sneaking suspicion everybody is on holiday, and I don't blame them. Next weekend happens to be the holiday weekend. So oh, okay, that's weird. um okay, well, with that, I guess we're done. So since I don't see any more questions or comments, I just want to thank everybody. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you have an absolutely fabulous night. So until then, ciao.